guys, I'm back with my wife, and today she's again predicting how many pros she thinks I can beat out of 115.
I am gonna guess I'm gonna beat 22.
So she's going with 22. Last time you went with what?
9.
9, and I didn't beat a single one, but this time I'm hopeful I can beat a lot more. So we'll see.
You got me.
Thank you. Alright guys, welcome back. This is the second video in the Beat the Pros challenge here in Des Moines, Iowa. Starting off on hole 1, threw a pretty good forehand. One note about the video though is that I didn't really know where a lot of the Mandos were because I played this course in May. So most of the holes I am unaware of Mandos. I think 2 of the holes I played to the wrong basket, but I don't birdie them, so I don't think it would have affected my score. As you can see, starting off here with a par on the red FPO basket. But from here on out, I should be good. Second hole, par 4, rip my nuke. And it's flying quite a ways and then hits a tree there and drops down kind of low, but not a bad shot. Probably have about 300 feet left. And I kind of throw my twin swords way too low into the ground. So have this up and down left for par, and I throw it pretty well. It actually hits the pole underneath the basket. So starting off back-to-back pars, pretty good. I feel pretty confident. This is my 3rd course I had played on this day. I had been on a road trip, but I'm feeling pretty good still. This hole I ripped my felon, super overstable fairway. And I kind of get lucky, hits a tree and drops down. Give the thumbs up there. And I have this for birdie, and I gave it a super soft run. I was pretty scared of the water behind it, but at this point, tapping for par, and yeah, even par through 3 is not bad. Very happy with that. Now, number 4, this is one of the most feared holes as I kind of scouted the course. It's a 400-foot water carry, so I throw a really timid trail, and I just saw it off safe left, which is not the worst thing. It flies super high and probably only goes like 250 feet. So, yeah, thumbs down there. But I leave myself about 200 feet, and I'm going to throw it right now. And it's in the air, and I tried a little forehand, and it just never had a chance. And so that's going to be one of my favorite discs gone. And I have this for bogey, and I miss it, so I'm tapping in for double bogey. Not ideal, but stepping up to another water carry hole that's much shorter and it feels a lot more comfortable. And so I rip, I think it was my nuke again. Kind of disappears, but oh, there you can maybe kind of see that flash high right, but I probably have 25 feet just above the basket for birdie. And not a very confident putt, but I tap it in. I really need to work on my confidence with a smooth, firm putting stroke, because a lot of my putts I just baby, which I don't like. Anyways, 1 over through 5, stepping up here, hole 6, clip a branch early. Not in a great spot, but not terrible. I'm just pretty far back. And I turn over a nuke pretty well to the point where it leaves me a birdie putt after a pretty bad tee shot. Leave the birdie putt short, and I'm fine with the par there. Not the end of the world. At this point, my target score is +4, and I am +1 through 6. Now, here's kind of what I mentioned on the first hole with this island hole. I didn't really know the rules with the island, so I'm playing this shot here as my second. And I give it a pretty good run, and I thought I made it, but I just draw light chains, and I tap in for what I'm counting as a par, even though technically that would be a bogey. Hole 8, I've never seen this before, 600-foot par 3, but it is super downhill. Like, the camera does not do it justice, and I throw a really nice turnover nuke here that gets probably 4 to 450 down the hill, and then I completely botch the upshot. Oh, man. So I leave myself like 30 feet after I had like 125-foot approach, and I clank that one off there too. So At this point, I am 2 over after 8. Not terrible. This hole is crazy. It's like a straight 20-foot climb immediately. And so I just like basically pitch a turned over twin swords up there, and it gets decently close actually for a birdie look. Feeling pretty confident in this one, and I give it a chance, but just not enough power behind it. Faded out too soon. So happy with par there. And 2 over through 9, I am actually really on pace exactly for my +4 target score. Par 5 here, I rip a nuke around the edge. Most pros go through the middle or underneath. It's also a bit harder because when they play it in June, there's a lot more leaves on the tree, and I'm able to really miss a lot of those branches pretty easily. Didn't really know what I was doing here, and I throw it right into the middle of the second tree, but it's not terrible. And I'm actually in a pretty good spot before the OB line. I rip over a twin swords pretty perfectly. I think it gets knocked down by a tree, and here I have like a 20-footer for birdie. I lofted in with the softest stroke possible, but that is a birdie. It still counts, so huge actually to get that one. 1 over. A lot of pros go big hyzer around the flagpole Mando. I didn't really know what I was doing, so I ripped my trail down the huge hill. You can see it right here. Don't really have much here, so I have to just kind of pitch out, which I do, I think, with my nuke. And then another one here, I think I played to the wrong basket, but at most it would have added 1 stroke to my score. I didn't realize the yellow one was like another 100 feet up on the left, so I tap in for what I'm counting as a par on number 11. And then 12, awesome hole. Really like this one. It felt really comfortable to just gently turn over. I think it was my nuke again. Wow, I've used that like every hole. And again, I pretty much have a tap-in birdie like hole 10. So at this point, I'm actually back to even par through 12, and I'm feeling like I might even finish under par. Turn that one over a little bit too much, which was a bummer. And so I'm left with about 100-foot tomahawk attempt. I get it over, give myself a long look, and this one goes just short in the basket. So that's a bogey. Back to over par, just 1 though. And here, guys, with about 5 holes left, I'm really thinking that I can hit this line of +4. So I step up to 14. Not the most confident throw, but not terrible. Pretty short, really. This was not a great shot. It hyzered out way too early. And I'm left with... Oh, I don't think I filmed it, but maybe I did. No, this putt here is for par. Didn't have much from my previous shot, and I leave it way short. So bogey, 2 holes in a row, back to +2. You can see how early I was playing this course in early May. That the tee pad wasn't even ready yet, but horrible form, but the trail does the trick here. Get close to the top of the hill, flash the thumbs up. Enough room to rip a nuke. This hole I really don't think is that hard. It's a 600-foot par 4. I say that as I'm 100 feet out for birdie, but most of the holes I'm just playing for par, and birdie is a huge bonus. This one, have basically a tap-in 15-20 footer for par, and I hit that one, so feeling pretty good with 3 holes left. Here, I don't know, it looked more muddy to me, but through the camera it doesn't look that muddy, but I was getting pretty muddy looking for a disc once or twice. Super fun course though. This is one of the most fun courses I've ever played. Super fun. This hole too, love the elevation change. Not the greatest shot, with more of a swoopy form and not a clean snap, but gonna do the trick for par here, even with the tree hit, because I'm able to run up and tap that in. And with 2 holes left, I am sitting below my goal of +4. So currently, if I can par, or even par bogey, I can avoid that wheel of punishment, which would be huge. 17, I hit the first gap, which is what I was worried about, and then just kind of rests right there, which I'm very pleased with. have a tricky little forehand upshot here. Just trying to get it past that tree, which I do. And again, I think technically this hole is like an island hole that's shaped like Iowa, but obviously they were not set up for the tournament. So I'm not sure if I technically would have made the island or not, but again, counting that as a 4. And I'm off to 18, 2 over. So even a bogey here would finish at 3 over, which is well below my goal. And I get super lucky with the tree bounce into a great spot. One last turnover nuke forehand. I really like that. Really like it, actually. Double thumbs up for about the 4th time today. And this to finish with the birdie, and it is barely caught. So finishing at 1 over, awesome round, super, super fun, and most importantly, I get to avoid the wheel of punishment. Super fun, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment what you want to see next. See ya.